Good afternoon, parents. This is Dr. Hinojosa, Principal of Jubilee Highland Hills. Today I'm going to share with you our campus policies and do a brief orientation to get you ready for school. I'm going to share my screen with you as I speak for those of you that are visual. All right, so you'll see the campus policies here. I'm going to go ahead and share these documents with you right now in this presentation, as well as I will email them to you. So here's our policies as you see for this school year. There is my name, Dr. Hinojosa, and then you will see the admin assistant, the assistant principals, academic dean, special programs, etc. All the people that you need to know. We'll begin with what time school starts. So we'll be having breakfast at 7:15 in the morning. Our doors will open at that time. Then children can go to the gym. Teachers can come and collect them. We'll have our announcements at 7:55, and all students will be late at 8:01. So therefore, parents, we encourage you, please make sure that you are here on time. We do not want anyone to be tardy. Children will go ahead and have 3 meals a day at Highland Hills. They will have breakfast, they will have lunch, and then they will have another meal right after school. So you'll see the times right here. Big change from last year to this year, okay, is pre-K children will be dismissed at 3 o'clock. But because we're going to have that meal for them, parents can pick them up at 3:15. All other students, kinder through 8th, will be picked up at 3:40. Right here we have other specials times. Specials would be PE, which we'll call athletic movement. We also have music at the elementary level. Then here is the lunchtime for all the students. Now we'll move to morning arrival time. So again, students can arrive as early as 7:15. Please do not bring children earlier than 7:15 because there's no one on duty. And therefore, it would be unsafe for you to leave your child here before that time. We have 2 sides, the Clark Street side and the Goliad side. We call those red and green. Your children will go ahead and tell you exactly which ones. So that means basically if you come in from Clark Street, you will park over on the street next to the playground and drop off your children there. If you come in through the Goliad side, then you will come in front of the school front office doors, in front of the 4 columns, and you will end up on the side closest to Clark Street. I have a map that will show you all of this. Once your children arrive on campus, we will have people taking their temperatures. It is very important that you do not leave your child before we have taken their temperature. Also, it is important for all children to go ahead and wear a mask. So therefore, you as the parent know your child best. Make sure you get them a mask that fits their face. Please make sure that you explain to your children that they are not to trade or exchange masks with their friends. That defeats the purpose, and that is not healthy or safe. Right here is the map showing you where Clark Street is on the right-hand side and Goliad on the left-hand side. So the red side shows you enter from Clark Street where you drop off near the playground. Goliad side where you go in front of the school, you have to weave around through the parking lot, and then you end up dropping off on the green side nearest Clark Street. Moving on, after school departure. The school day will end at 3:30, and as I said, we will go, for that would be for kinder through 8th grade. We'll have a meal for them. So therefore, if you want to get here early, you're certainly welcome to do so. Just know that it'll probably be about 3:40 before they get outside so that way they can eat their meal. All children are supposed to leave the property by 4 o'clock. Why? Again, all staff is done with their jobs by 4 o'clock. We do not want children here unattended. It would be unsafe. We would be making attempts to contact you by telephone, but if you do not answer, then we would have to either contact Child Protective Services or our local police department. We don't want to do that. You don't need the hassle. So therefore, please make sure you pick up your children on time. Also, make sure that you provide us with the accurate telephone numbers. Now, student athletes may have practice after school, okay? Or we may have tutoring beginning in late September. So therefore, either your coach would let you know if the child has practice, or your child's teacher will let you know if they are going to head and be tutoring that day. They'll let you know in advance. After school programs, we don't have, Jubilee Highland Hills does not have its own Jubilee after school program, but we do have two organizations, Boys and Girls Club of San Antonio and Campus Adventure. I have this information here for you. The big difference is Boys and Girls Club can only provide services for children kinder through 8th grade, where Champions can provide services for pre-K through 8th grade. Another difference, Boys and Girls Club is only after school. It begins as soon as we finish our meal, and it goes as late as 7 p.m. Here is their phone number and their website to register. Campus Adventures is before school and after school. So let's say that you have to be at your job at 7 a.m. or 7:15 or 7:30. Then you can drop off your children as early as 6:30, and that is allowed because they are being supervised only by the Campus Adventure staff. And then you would pay them a fee, just like you would Boys and Girls Club. But they also do after-school care. So maybe you don't need the morning, but you do need the afternoon, or vice versa. You don't need the afternoon, but you need the morning. So here is their email address as well as a phone number. No students are allowed to hang out after school unsupervised. That is the most important thing. We do have one after-school offsite center that is picking up children, and they're right here listed, Hands and Hands Childcare. They have a phone number as well. So now, super important, let's talk about attendance. Okay, the law says all children need to come to school. If not, parents can go to court, they can be fined $500, and it is a big hassle. So none of you want that. Excessive absences can lead to expulsion. So therefore, you don't want your child to be removed from the school, kicked out of the school. So therefore, we need them to come. I know that all children do not drive to Highland Hills. So therefore, it is the parent's responsibility to make sure that they are here at school. So we do not want you to be absent, but sometimes we realize that there are medical circumstances. I encourage you to make your doctor's appointments after lunchtime. Why? Because attendance is taken in the morning, usually around 9 or 10 a.m. So you want your child here. You don't want them to be marked absent. Also, if your child is late, that means they arrive after 8 a.m. That will be a tardy. Every 6 tardies equals 1 absence. Again, you don't need the truancy officer coming and knocking at your door. Why do you have many tardies, or why you have many absences? Please go ahead and send all doctor's excuses, medical notes. If you do go to the doctor, go ahead and turn those in to your child's teacher, and they will give them to the attendance office. Next, we get into benchmark and state testing. So because of COVID-19, we have not been in school face-to-face since March. We will begin benchmark testing. So probably middle of September, we'll go ahead and get that done. And your teachers will notify you. It'll be the week of September 14th. It'll all be digital, online. Even if the children are here at school, it'll be done on computer, or if they're at home, we'll do this digital as well. What we're trying to do is establish where your children are. We need to know if they're 1 month behind, or 2 or 6 months behind. Could be a year behind grade level because of all the school that has been missed. Moving on, and you can tell they're kind of in alphabetical order. Now we're in letter C, cell phones. It is my opinion that children do not need cell phones, especially at school. Why? Because we have these old-fashioned landline telephones in every single classroom. So therefore, if you need to reach your child, we can certainly get your child to you, or if your child needs to call you, we have plenty of telephones. However, if you choose to go ahead and send your child with a cell phone, they realize the rules are they must turn it off before 8 a.m. If it rings, or if they're using it anytime throughout the day, it will be confiscated. The first time it happens, it could be an accident, we'll give you a warning. The second time, it will cost you $15. So no cell phones will be returned unless the parent pays $15. So it's very important that you realize this. Even after school, if your child has tutoring or some kind of sporting event, we have lots of telephones all over the school and they're free to use. So that's what I want to tell you about cell phones. Next, dressing and grooming. About uniforms. A lot of parents have been asking, are uniforms required? Absolutely. They always have been, and we will require uniforms. At the very least, I'm wearing the orange shirt right here. You see the Jubilee shirt? Okay. We have, these are for sale. We also have the navy blue shirts, and we have spirit shirts. Any of those shirts would be acceptable. As far as the bottoms, they're usually navy or black. They could be shorts, skirts, pants. We do not wear jeans. We only wear jeans on the dress relax day, which is Fridays. I'll talk about that in a little bit. So what do you need to know? Same things, nothing has changed. We don't wear hats and caps inside the school. We don't wear hoodies. As a matter of fact, I don't want to see any hoodies till it gets cold weather in November, December, January. Okay? I'd rather never see hoodies, but if that's what you own, that's what you have, that's fine. Just don't bring them until cold weather. Hair. Shaggy hair, hair that is not combed is not accepted. No sculpting. I don't want you to go ahead and put spurs right here engraved in your children's hair. None of that is acceptable. Why? Because it's a distraction. Why else? Because people will laugh at your child, and then we'll have problems, and then you're going to say there's bullying. So we want to avoid all of that. Sunglasses are not acceptable. Bandanas are not acceptable. Moving on to jewelry. Okay, girls may wear jewelry, no more than 2 earrings. We don't want any students with any kind of piercings. Not in your nose, not in your cheek, not in your lip. Okay, that is not acceptable. Okay, boys are not allowed to wear earrings at school. If you have your boys, your sons' ears pierced, okay, just realize we will not allow that. Okay, and I will confiscate the earrings. Moving on. Once we get to cold weather, winter attire, pullover clothing such as hoodies are not allowed in the building. Okay, and why? You want to know why? Because what happens is a child can pull the hoodie and therefore create a choking situation. Even though it's not supposed to happen, I've seen it happen. So we want to avoid that. Okay, make sure that their jackets fit them. We don't need any jackets that are oversized. So for example, a 10-year-old boy doesn't need to wear a men's extra large jacket that comes all the way down to their knees. We need the jackets to be appropriate to their size and age. Moving on, tennis shoes are the preferred style. Doesn't matter if they are white or black or blue or red. Okay, why? Because we have athletic movement every single day. So therefore, if your child wears cowboy boots, that's fine, but they need to bring their tennis shoes and their backpack. And so, again, if you don't want to hassle with that, just make sure that they wear tennis shoes every day. Combat boots are not allowed. Again, high heels, sandals are not allowed. Open-toe shoes are not allowed. Why? Because they can drop a book on their foot and break their toe. So therefore, just make it tennis shoes, nice and simple. Okay, makeup. Not necessary at school. We're not here for a beauty contest. We want to make sure it is not appropriate. So therefore, you know, some girls wear nail polish. That's okay. Maybe a little bit of makeup, but certainly we don't want boys wearing makeup. And we don't, if it's overly done, even for the girls, they'll probably be called to the office. So you want to make sure you do not have that. I've included here a real quick uniform check. Again, the blue or orange shirt, spirit shirt, Monday through Thursday, athletic bottoms. And that does not mean blue jeans, okay? Cargo pants and shorts are not allowed unless they are the athletic shorts with the logo from Jubilee. Jeans are not considered pants, as I just told you, in athletics. Okay, skin-tight attire such as skinny jeans, yoga pants not allowed, baggy attire not either, or jeans with holes in them. Okay, parents, it's very important that you look at your child before they get in the car, before they come to school. Okay, because we don't want to be calling you, and then it's an inconvenience for you to come pick them up. We also have Fridays as relaxed dress day. On this day, we go ahead and charge the students $1. They can wear blue jeans, okay? If the students choose to wear their navy blue or white or gray Jubilee shirts, then they're not charged the $1. All these funds in the relaxed dress is a fundraiser. It goes right back to the students. What are they used for? In case we do field trips, to go ahead and help rent the bus or any of those kind of events. You already know, no chewing gum. This has been the same policy for the last 50 years. We do not chew gum at school. Why? Because it makes a mess. It sticks to the carpet, it sticks to kids' hair, it sticks to the desks. We don't need it. You don't need to send snacks or any kinds of drinks with your child except water. So therefore, if you want to go ahead and provide some kind of water bottle for your child, that would be great. Okay? It could be metal, like this one right here. It could be plastic. I'm not saying you have to go buy one. Just go ahead and provide one, because we cannot use the water fountains due to the COVID-19. So therefore, your child will be allowed to go ahead and refill their water bottle throughout the day, keep it with them in all classes, especially PE, athletic movement. Moving on, courtesy and respect. I'm in a meeting right now. I'll have to call you back. Courtesy and respect. So we expect all students to go ahead and say, call their teachers Mr., Mrs., or Miss, Sir, or Ma'am, or call the teacher by their last name. We do not ever allow students to call any of the staff by their first name. We want to make sure that you're teaching them and we're teaching them the same courtesy. How to say, excuse me, may I, please, thank you. Want you to know we'll be having fire drills. And we will have those at least every month. We will probably also have bomb drills and lockdown drills and intruder drills, all those kind of things. Not necessarily to scare the students, but make sure that they are prepared. As we get closer to wintertime, it'll be dark outside. Again, please make sure you do not allow your children to be getting out of the car before 7:15 and an adult there to take their temperature. The weather could be colder than 54 degrees. We will allow the children into the building at 7:15, and we will go ahead and let them go into breakfast or into the gym. Again, we're encouraging students to have meals 3 times a day. Next, deliveries. If you're going to deliver anything to your child, just realize we will not be giving it to them until the last 20 minutes of the day. Why? Because we do not want to interrupt the lessons. So therefore, you want to make sure if there's something that they need at school, they go ahead and put it in their backpack before they come. Early release. Okay, there is no reason for children to be released early unless they have a doctor's appointment. You will have to show that doctor's excuse or doctor's appointment to us before you pick up your child. Why? Because we want to do as much as we can academically to prepare your child. In my mind, we've lost 6 months of school. It has been very difficult for a lot of the children to learn in distance learning. So we really need everyone to be here at school as much as possible. Next, it talks about non-custodial visits. Please make sure that the parents that have custody are the parents on the pickup and drop-off list. Jubilee Highland Hills will abide by court documents only. They must be officially dated and stamped and signed by a judge. No pass, no play. Let me tell you a little bit about sports this year. You'll be happy to know we will be having flag football and volleyball. Both of those will start in late October. We will get you the exact dates. Kind of strange, we will have basketball, but it's not until January when we come back from winter break. Brand new, we have track and field and cross country. Those will probably be in the spring as well. So this next part about no pass, no play. Students, you need to have a 70 or better in every single one of your subjects if you are wanting to play a sport. Your teachers and your coaches will be speaking to each other. So it's very important that you realize this. Parents will have more information. You'll get to meet our athletic director, and we'll talk a little bit about sports. Parent-teacher organizations. We do have a PTO here. We try to meet at least once a month. A lot of times we tie those meetings in with the parent-principal social, and those are held at least once a month. We have them twice a day, once in the morning at 8:15, and then for those people that are working, we'll have them again, the same meeting at 5:30 in the afternoon. The difference is now we have music teachers. So the music teachers will go ahead and try to organize the children to be singing. Obviously, during the morning, we can't pull them out of class, but at the 5:30 time, we'll go ahead and have the children here. For the first few months, it'll all be virtual, so it'll be recorded. Next, parties. Because we're here for academics, we're only allowed by the government to go ahead and have 3 parties per year. One at Christmas time, one at Valentine's time, and one at the end of the school. Those parties are usually about 45 minutes. Parents are welcome to donate snacks and goodies. However, they need to be store-bought, not homemade. That way everything is packaged and everyone stays safe. This next part is about parking. Just please follow the signs. Sometimes we have SAPD come in here. They will give you a ticket if you are in a handicap zone and you do not have a handicap sticker. Or if you are in a no parking zone. Or if you're in a red zone, which is reserved for the fire engines in case of a fire. So just make sure you follow the parking rules. Drive line, we already discussed it. We have the green side and the red side. All of you will have a parent ID that you hang from your mirror, a drive line ID. Those are going to be in the front office, and we will start distributing them probably this Thursday and Friday, and then next week as well. We'll start obviously with those parents that do not have any, those parents that are new to us. Moving on, almost finished. Withdrawal procedures. If you need to withdraw your child from our school, we need a minimum of 24 hours. Let's say you're moving to another part of the city or to another city, and you need that paperwork. We need to make sure we have all textbooks, all computers, anything like that, and you let the school know at least 24 hours in advance. Valuables. We want to make sure that children do not bring valuables to school, especially large amounts of money. They don't need more than $10 a day, not even really $5 a day. The school cannot be responsible or liable for any lost or stolen money. So we encourage them, don't bring expensive jewelry, don't bring anything that's very valuable. We certainly do not bring toys or video games to school. Visitors. Visitors are not allowed in the classroom unless you have permission from the principal or one of the assistant principals. If, for whatever reason, you feel that you need to go ahead and observe that class, you would contact administration and we would discuss why. And the reason we don't do that is because parents can be a distraction and we don't want to distract the children. We want them focused on learning. You would have to bring a valid driver's license and we would run it through our Raptor system and make sure that there's no arrest or warrants for you or anything like that. Okay, moving on. I'm going to stop sharing this part of the screen. And now I'm going to share something else with you. Okay. The superintendent went ahead and sent this to all parents. Okay. And so let me go ahead and show that to you on the screen. So that way you can go ahead and see what I'm talking about. Give me just a second. I'm going to open this up. Okay, I'm going to present it to you now. All right. Right here, we're talking about best practices. So next week, as you know, on Tuesday, we're returning to school. I'm encouraging as many of you who feel comfortable to go ahead and return to school. Here at the school, we will have face masks for your children, and we will also have face shields if you choose for them to wear face shields. However, for those of you that do want to do distance learning, it's very important that you have video etiquette. Make sure that the screen is clear of any pets, any other people, outside noises, the television. Your children can go ahead and communicate on the chat feature, and you need to make sure they're on time. If they need help, others may have questions. Okay, so ask your teacher first. There's the chat box, or your child can turn on their screen and go ahead and ask the question. Okay, we're here for you. Create a space to work, space where your child can go ahead and have the laptop turned on. Make sure the TV is not on, other noises, things that will distract them. Make sure that you have your child organized. We want it to be as normal as possible. We'll be taking breaks, a minimum of 5 minutes every hour. It might be a little bit more. This will help your child stand up, stretch, go to the bathroom, get a drink of water, maintain focus. We want to make sure no one is burned out, but yet we need to keep them active. And then the last part is setting reminders. Okay, we went ahead and set goals. This is the little box right on top. Be on time for your sessions, set goals, improve productivity, and minimize distractions. So this concludes our presentation, parents. I want to make sure that we've given you an orientation. Again, school starts next Tuesday, face-to-face. We're here. All of our staff will be here, and we encourage you to send your children. Right now, the teachers have been calling all parents to see how many of you plan to bring your children back. We hope to see at least 50% of you. We're taking all the precautions. We will keep your children safe. Thank you so very much.